Well, it's been more than 2 decades since the tragic drug overdose of Len Bias rocked the University of Maryland and the sports world.
And now a former University of Maryland athlete has authored a book about that turbulent time. And joining us now is Dave Ungrady to talk about it. Thanks for joining us in studio tonight.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me.
Well, first we want to say welcome back, Dave.
It's good to be back.
Dave used to be the sports anchor here on the desk many
That's a little
years
different.
ago.
We used to have stools before, I think. We have a nice slated desk. It's nice.
Yeah.
And you're not wearing the Hawaiian shorts you used to wear, you know, under the desk.
I don't know if anybody
tie,
can tell.
right?
No, I'm not. And no tie, no.
So tell us, why did you write this book?
I remember his story like most people who remember Len Bias and how profound his death was and how it affected so many people. I had written two previous books about athletics at Maryland, and I thought this would be one of the better stories to tell about history, athletic history at Maryland.
When you were researching, was there anything you discovered that you didn't know before about the story, which has touched a lot of people in the Washington region, and we've all heard about it?
I just think the breadth of his impact. I knew his death affected many lives personally. The impact of the effect was much greater than I thought. Teammates are still upset about it. In some of the interviews, they were crying when I was talking with them still 25 years later. I did verify some instances when he did use cocaine. People still think it was, you came before he died. People still think the night he died was the first time he used cocaine. That's not true. So there are a couple instances of that, but the book focuses on his legacy, how it affected federal drug legislation, how it affected the Celtics, how it affected his family, how it affected his friends and teammates.
On a personal level, did you know Len Bias, and if so, what kind of guy was he?
Not personally, but I knew of him, and I was working for community television in Prince George's County when he died, and we broadcast his service and did a special on that, but never got to meet him, but still heard a lot about him.
When you were doing your research and your interviews for this book, the family wouldn't talk to you.
Correct.
Why was that?
They've never given me a reason. I don't know. I tried to talk to every teammate of him that year. 2 of them did not talk with me, and I think they're still upset by it. I don't know why the Bias family would not talk with me. Maybe they've got some other things going on, but maybe it still affects them and still bothers them, but I was never given a reason.
Has the campus community actually recovered from the incident, and if so, about what point in time?
Yes, the athletic, and I write a section about this, and this is another reason I wanted to write the book, how it affected the athletic department of Maryland, because I still know quite a few people there, and I thought I could get access to some of them who used to work there. It affected the athletic department of Maryland for a good 10 years. Lost revenue in the athletic department, layoffs, teams were restructured 4 or 5 years later, and teams lost scholarships. And not really until the mid-'90s did the athletic department come out of that little funk.
How much did Gary Williams have to do with that?
The way he rebuilt the team, when Gary came in, that was the first year they received sanctions from the coach who succeeded Lefty Driesell. So he had to deal with that. Gary had a very difficult time rebuilding the program, but he was critical in doing that, and he had to live with some of that legacy.
You have your book with you right now. Can you just hold it up for us?
Sure.
It's called Born Ready. Where can we get this?
Go to my website, daveungrady.com. It'll be ready for order next week, early next week, and it's self-published, so it's not in stores yet, but it will be by the 1st of the year.
The mixed legacy of Len Bias, why did you, the mixed legacy?
There are so many elements to this. People, nobody's happy about his death, but it changed people's lives positively. They stopped using cocaine, but it also affected so many lives in a negative way.
All right, well, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
Good to be back.
It's great to have you back.